Hey, what's up? It's Frankie here. We're in La Ventana, Mexico. It's my first time here. It looks fucking beautiful. And I want to share with you guys something that'll make your life so much easier. And I just had this conversation with probably the oldest, wisest mentor that I've had in the internet marketing space. His name is Dave. And I want to share with you guys something that we both kind of experienced called the back end agency. So let's get into that. So, what the fuck is a back-end agency and why should you give a shit? I see my Heidi B running over naked. It's camping time down at the beach here. It's hot, we're sweaty. And I'll tell you why you should care about a back-end agency. It's really simple if you want to make more money and make your life easier. And this comes down to the fact that every business owner you work with is basically hiring you to bring in more revenue and more business. And in their mind, there's really only one way to do that. Hello, Heidi B. You want to say hello? The little naked bee. Is they're going to tell you what we need is more new business. And 99 times out of 100, they're wrong. And if you take them seriously, what you will do is you will chase only the hardest, most difficult to convert leads. So the easiest way I can explain this is my last girlfriend. There's my little bee in the background wigging out. I don't know if you can hear the crying baby. It's a real thing. If you guys, those of you who are parents. My last girlfriend just fucking loved Groupon. We just went to all these Groupon places. And very few of them, by the way, we ever went back to twice. And the few that we went back to twice, I'd say less than 1% of them got 3 visits and none of them got 4 or 5. And the interesting thing was none of those restaurants did anything at all to make us come back. They didn't say, they depended on Groupon. Nobody said, hey, you tried the chicken, come in for the steak. I'm a vegetarian, so it's kind of a theoretical example, but they could easily have offered the next thing or said, hey, you want a free appetizer for next time, come join our list. Or join our text list would be even better. Hello, Heidi B. My little Heidi B. Loves the ocean, loves being naked on the beach. So every one of these restaurants could have done it, but they were convinced what they needed was to bring in more new people. And once those new people were in the door, it's the customer's job to figure it out. That's what they think, which is never true. And I was talking to Dave about this, and he had an e-commerce person say, hey, I know you're really good with email. Would you write me a couple of emails to run a abandoned cart sequence in e-commerce? Somebody clicks, I want to buy the thing, they add it to cart, they get all the way to the end, they put in their info, whatever reason, they don't click buy. Maybe kids like that interrupted them. And what they do is they try and get somebody new. So Dave had this crazy idea. If you send a couple of emails, he said, I sent this email campaign, I didn't think anything of it. And this is pretty important for you, by the way. 6 months later, I run into the guy at a conference, and he says, hey, did you know we made 300 grand from that campaign? He said, shut the fuck up. We made 300 grand. And all he did was send a couple of emails based on the list of people they already had. So this is really key for you, because I know if those of you guys out there running Facebook ads and grinding it out with AdWords and those things, do not just push a couple little buttons and have 300,000 magically show up. Maybe eventually, right after you copy tested and tweak the offer, but cold traffic very rarely works like that. So if you want to make your agency just a whole lot easier, include some kind of back-end promotion to balance it out. And this has been my experience too. I actually, years ago, we were probably the first people that, at least that I knew, to run Facebook ads for personal injury. It's a lot more common now, but back then I was the only one crazy enough to try it. And I remember just so many clients canceling as we were split testing and dialing it in, and I was just really annoying because I'm like, it was just about to work and you're canceling. And what I ended up doing is I thought, if I could just get them a client on day one, then they might stay a little longer. They would trust me. So I ran this little called Frank Kern's 4-day cash machine, sent a little campaign that just says, thank you, you're an amazing client, we'd love to help you again. We got this free VIP number, which is just the regular phone number with a little tracking added to it. And call us, and we'd love to help you with your legal needs. And because you're a preferred customer, we'll give you free legal advice, which they do anyway. ran into my client again. It was like 4 to 6 months later, didn't think anything of it. And he said, do you know you made me $100,000? And I said, what? Why the fuck did you not tell me that? And again, it was like, no, it wasn't your Facebook ads. It was that little back-end campaign you ran. And I'll tell you, because we work all that difficulty through the buying process in order to get to a relationship with a person, and then most businesses throw that relationship away, and that's actually really the asset. So if you understand that, and you either combine the front end with a back end, or just make your life easier entirely and work on the back end altogether, what you'll find is a naked bee. What you'll find is it can just get a whole lot easier for you. So I know we don't really talk about that much, but for real, everybody else is trying to run Facebook ads and things to only get new people, and that's what 99% of businesses think they need from you, but it is not true. And if you get away from that, you're going to find good things are going to happen for you, and it'll be with a lot less effort because you're leveraging the existing relationships. Like if your favorite restaurant says, hey, we just put together a special, we want you to come in, it's already your favorite restaurant, right? It's not really hard to convince you. You already have had good experiences there. So think about that as a metaphor for how easy it can be for you guys. So that's all I got for you guys. May the force be with you. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe to this hombre here.